YouTube. Good evening, YouTube. Whatever it is. Sorry, it's been a long day. Very long. Not bad. Well, no, not bad. Not bad for me. A little tiring for me, but not bad. Took the day off of work, which obviously makes it a good day. But I took the day off of work. I planned this before I took my trip. I had a friend who had a torn meniscus and had to have that repaired yesterday, and she called me a long time ago and was like my boyfriend can't stay the 2 days with me. Can you take it off so I can get to and from my post-op appointments? And I said sure. And I'll just ask for it off today. So I got it off. Unfortunately, more drama ensued beyond just having to have an operation with her boyfriend, and part of it was it looked like she wasn't even going to be able to count on him to take her to surgery yesterday. And when I talked to her Tuesday evening, I was like, look, if it's a problem and he doesn't show up, I'm literally 5 minutes away at my office. Give me a shout. I'll leave right away and get there, take you to your appointment, and they can just call me when you're done. I'll go back to work. They can call me and I'll come pick you up, and I'll tell my boss I need to spend the rest of the day with her. She's just had anesthesia. Luckily that didn't happen. I did have to go over last night and spend time with her because whatever reasons, we won't go there, but today it kind of exploded, and it looks like she's kind of done for a while with him. I feel bad for both of them. I feel bad whenever a relationship ends, unless it's one of those really bad relationships, and they weren't that bad, but it's tough. It's tough on both parties. And as much as she's my friend out of the relationship, I mean, I like him. I just don't know him that well. And she's been really good about trying to be diplomatic about trying to get both sides, even though the side that she gives of his is obviously skewed by her own view. But she's tried really hard, and I've got a little bit of his side, but it's one of those things, what can you do? And I honestly told her, if I was in her position with this, I would say enough is enough. I'm done. That still doesn't make it any easier. So part of today was not only getting her to and from her post-op appointment, but also just being there for her, being an emotional worry stone, I guess. That's what friends are for. So didn't make my day bad per se, but I guess watching your friend go through a really tough time now, not only with a physical problem, but now with an emotional hurt. Like I said, it doesn't make your day per se bad. It can make it tougher, because you feel bad for them. Not that it actually hurt you at all. So I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I guess I needed to vent, or not vent. Vent implies I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm just worn out. I'm not worn out from talking to her, just a little drained from trying to be positive and trying to, as much as possible, help the situation, but yet not influence it. Let it happen so you don't get labeled as a meddler, or God forbid you do accidentally meddle and you don't intend to, and cause an outcome that wouldn't have happened on its own. But that's really not why I wanted to check in with you guys tonight. Sorry, I'm getting ready for bed. That's what's going on with the hair. I guess if I'd look at my computer, I would see that and maybe I would have fixed it before I got in here. But I'm responding to a response to somebody else's blog. Michelle More Music. Michelle, I don't know why I always want to pronounce your name exotically. I don't. I'm sorry. But she had a blog very recently about the N-word, and I don't know exactly what happened, obviously. I just understand that I guess someone said some real prickish thing using the N-word, and I'm sorry, Michelle. I'll apologize for them. But as usual, Michelle rose above and showed her bright, sunny, positive personality, and made some statements that show what good person she is, and it just didn't bug her. But unfortunately, a young gentleman If I would look, I would have his screen name. I'm sorry, young sir. I'll do better next time. But he responded, and he's obviously really upset by the use of the N-word, not only with her, but also something he had witnessed in his dorm commons room. And I guess my advice to you would be to listen to Michelle again, someone who should be offended by this word. It's been used towards them, and not jokingly like it seemed to be in that matter in the dorm commons, but very seriously. Listen to her reaction. She states, at the end of the day, they don't feed her. Those people don't matter. And honestly, they don't. They don't matter to her, but also by their own actions, they don't matter. They're not someone to worry about. And just remind you that those guys making comments like that, sitting there, I mean, what play do they really have in your life? Other than making you feel angry and upset by the use of their words. And on that note, as far as language goes, just remember, they're using this word that at one time was very, very powerful. And I have to admit that now, when I hear the N-word, I don't find it powerful. I mean, you hear guys call each other their buddies niggas all the time. It's just like, it's not powerful anymore. It doesn't stop you in your tracks and think, oh God, something bad's going to happen, just because someone says it. And that's their fault. They've taken a very, very powerful word, a word that is ugly and can get people's attention. They've taken it and they've squandered it. It's like using the word fuck these days. You hear it so often out of so many people's mouth that it's pointless. Whereas before, when you use such language, it stopped people in their tracks. Like, look at my brother, per se, and his family. I love my brother. Sorry, John, I'm going to use you as a example. He swears all the time. He's ex-military, and I don't care what it's not an excuse for me, ex-military, but it gives you guys an idea of the language he uses. And I can be just as bad sometimes. Well, I can't really, but on occasion, I come close. Like, he swears like a sailor. You would think he was in the Navy. And his kids were goofing around, acting like they were driving cars, and his little girl, 5 years old, rolls down the window of her imaginary car and gives somebody the signal and says, "Don't you know how to fucking drive?" It's like, well, I wonder where she heard that, including the hand language. To her, that kind of language is not unusual. To hear it come out of her mouth, her father's mouth, doesn't even upset her. It's not unusual. It's everyday practice. The F word has lost its power to her. And I remember when I first started a job, and I was on my best behavior, which I'm trying to get back to more often, and didn't swear, didn't raise my voice, just kept my head down and worked hard. And one day, I don't even remember what happened, but I remember something really getting to me, and without even thinking, something flew out of my mouth. And it wasn't even that bad, but just that I was quiet anyway, and I didn't swear, that even a damn or a shit came out of my mouth, startled everyone around me to sudden silence. And then they just kept on going, no one said anything about it, because they thought I was just so upset. And at the time I was so upset, but because I didn't use that language had power when it came out of my mouth. So just remember that, I mean, don't hate the word because of what the word is. Remember that that kind of language has a power if you treat it properly. So that people that know you know that when you actually use it, that the full meaning of that word is behind it. And that it's time to find out what's wrong. So, young sir, I do think you were more upset than I would have been in the situation, but I applaud you for feeling the need to stand up. I applaud anyone who feels the need to revolt against situations that make them feel like someone is being victimized, even if it wasn't meant that way. So, I think I'm too tired to think of more to say. So you all have a good night. thank you for watching, if you did. And that's it. I'm going to cuddle up with these mutts and call it a day.